Żyjemy. Ja pierdolę.
Как он деда не сбил? И твою мать.
Я могу пройти на дому, я исполнил священный нектар.
Они за вас. Ебать, мой хуй, сука.
ओ भाई साहब डेढ़
Well, after I was crushed, I looked at myself and I could see, from my point of view, it did look like I was cut in half because I couldn't see the other half of my body through the axle, and I could see here where the axle was laying on the cement, so I just called out, "God help me," twice. And the mechanic I was working with was quick, and he called 911. They got the truck jacked up. I remember wanting to get out from underneath the truck really bad. And because I didn't like the way it was jacked up again, I was afraid it was going to fall me again. So I reached back and grabbed the front bumper, big chrome front bumper. It was right behind my head. I grabbed it, pulled myself out to the point of where my head was sticking out from underneath the front bumper of this large Peterbilt. And that's when I went unconscious. And next thing I know, I'm up in the ceiling of this garage, looking down, out-of-body experience.
And I assume there was no feeling, you had no feeling when you're looking down at yourself.
Yeah, no, it was just like watching a movie.
Did you know it was you?
You know, I can't honestly say I knew it was me. Not at first. It was like just like watching a movie. And I saw there was more people. The volunteer fire department had gotten there. And I was listening to the conversations people were having. But, you know, this out-of-body experience was incredible. But the most incredible thing was I'm looking down at myself. I can see my head sticking out from underneath the front bumper. My eyes were closed. My head was turned to the right side. And there's a picture just burned in my memory of like that. And on each side of me is an angel. And the man that I've been working with was on his knees above me. And he's about 6'1", 6'2", and he was running this. I was watching him run his fingers through my hair. And he was crying and patting me on the head. And their heads, the heads of these angels stuck up at least this much higher than his. They were also on their knees, but they had their arms in underneath the truck towards my body. So these angels had their hands on me.
So they were really keeping you alive.
Oh, definitely keeping me alive.
Well, what happened next?
Well, that scene is burned in my mind, and then they pulled me out from underneath the truck. The angels stayed. I watched from the back corner a red-haired EMT worker. I've met her now, Shannon. She came in. She got down between those angels. She moved this man out of the way, and she started slapping me in the face and saying, "Open your..." eyes, open your eyes. And I was watching and watching from above, listening to her, watching. And next thing I knew, I was back in my body, looking at her eye to eye.
Well, when the medical team came, what did they decide to do?
Oh, they called med flight right away because it was such a bad injury. So I was med flighted to the largest trauma center in our state, Wisconsin.
Now, you told me that you should have bled to death.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
The doctors told me because of my injuries, off your heart, your mesenteric artery and your mesenteric vein, superior mesenteric artery, superior mesenteric vein, come down, feed to your lower half of your body. And it was completely severed, not pinched, not torn, but completely severed, both of those in multiple places plus other veins. And so they said, with my injury, I should have bled to death in 8 minutes, 10 minutes top. In fact, we were told by several doctors now that they can find no other cases anywhere ever of anybody ever living from those injuries, because they always come in dead on arrival, because it's like having a, arteries like the size of garden hose cut.